Diane, thank you for sharing some of your time with me. And for Raina and our paddling, canoeing, kayaking, seafaring community, what a wonderful opportunity this is for her to compete at the highest stage.
It's awesome.
Yeah. What can you tell us about how her fellow athletes and those that know her and competed against her and trained with her and everything like that, what did that mean when you found out?
Well, we're pretty excited. The Guam Kayak and Canoe Federation, we've only had one other person compete in the Olympics, I think ever. So it's pretty exciting to have someone. We normally outrigger canoe here, and that's not an Olympic sport. But Raina, training for the C1 and the K1, she's a unique individual. She's the only female.
And that's an interesting segue, because her training and exactly who she trained with, there's a very interesting story behind that. So, if you would, tell me all about that.
Well, this has been 10 years in the making. I mean, GNOC supported Raina years ago for practicing and learning this sport. It's got a really steep learning curve because you have to be able to balance. I outrigger canoe. It has a nice supportive ama out the side, whereas the K1 and the C1, there's no ama for support. So the first part is learning to balance on the kayak and the canoe. And there's not a lot of competitions around here. So it was really her driving herself to learn the sport. And then in the last 2 years, she's been in Honolulu and training under the U.S. national team coach.
So she's actually training with, for our country, the highest level, right?
Yes.
What do you think that means for her caliber now, for her game, just to be able to step up like that?
It's a great opportunity. I mean, Team USA is only training with the coach online. So Raina's there twice a day, hours at a time, morning and night. She works during the day, so it's really a lot of effort put forth by an athlete to get this far, and it's just really exciting for Guam to be part of the big stage.
She's always an outdoors person. She loves and respects nature. She's worked, and she keeps the environment at her heart. But what's the character of Raina? Who is she as a person, and what does she bring to the sport, and how is she going to represent us at the Olympics?
Well, you're right about being loving the nature. She actually used to work at the Department of Agriculture here on Guam and was monitoring birds and our natural resources and helping recover our bird species on Guam. So she is all about nature, and being out on the water is where she's the happiest, I believe.
Now, some people would say that canoeing is such an individual sport, and at the same time, it's you against the elements. It's not like basketball where they clean off the court, or volleyball, or ping pong where the equipment itself and the venue, it's pretty consistent time to time. You have a new venue every single time you go out.
That's a huge challenge for all our canoe races. When we go places, the conditions are always different than Guam's.
And then we're gonna make sure she sees this, right? So on behalf of everybody she's ever worked with and again competed with, and everyone who knows her and everything, what would you like to say to her as she embarks on this ultimate journey for any athlete, and she gets to go there and represent us?
Congratulations, Raina, you made it to the Olympics. That was your personal goal, and we're so happy on Guam just to have you there promoting Guam, the world stage. Do your best and go for gold.
Going for Gold is presented to you by Prime Hydration and C2O Coconut Water, distributed by PDC Wholesale.